In this video, we're going to create a fully dynamic work schedule in Excel, a dynamic calendar header that updates automatically when the month changes. Employee schedules with drop-downs for working, day off, sick, and holiday. Automatic color coding using conditional formatting. Smart start and end time calculations that work only on working days. Headline metrics that automatically count worked, sick, holiday, and day off days. And finally, visual charts that make attendance easy to understand at a glance. This schedule is perfect for HR teams, managers, or anyone tracking employee work hours. Let's get started. First, create a dynamic calendar header. We'll start by entering the first date of the month in cell B3. My dates are formatted as day, month, year, but you should enter the date using the date format configured in your system. From this date, we'll use the sequence function to generate all the dates for the month across a single row. The first argument is one row. For the number of columns, we need one date for every day in the month. Going to use the EOMonth, or end of month function, to calculate the last date of the month based on the start date. We don't want to move forward any months. We just need the last day of the current month. This gives me the end of month date. When we minus the start date and add +1, we get the total number of days in the month. Next is the starting point, which is simply the first day of the month. The final argument is the step value. We'll close the sequence function and press enter. Excel returns an array of date serial numbers. Select all, go to General, click Short Date. You can see the first day of the month, then the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on. This is the format we want for the schedule, so we'll customize it. Select all, Control+1, go to Custom, and create a new number format. We want the day number and the abbreviated day name, but on two separate lines. Instead of a space, we'll press Ctrl+J to insert a line break in the format. Then go to Alignment. We'll center the text and turn on Wrap Text. After adjusting the row height, the day number and day name display perfectly. If we change the month, the entire schedule updates automatically. We'll apply a light green fill to this row and make the text bold and center. Text in the cell Employees. Now let's add our employees' names. Each employee will use 3 rows: work status, start time, end time. In column B, we'll enter their standard working hours. Michael works 8 hours, James works 7, and Daniel works 6. To keep employee names visible while scrolling, go to View tab. Click Freeze Panes. Now, if we hold down Ctrl+Shift and scroll my mouse wheel, we can move left and right through the schedule if we have many more employees in the list. Not every day is a working day. Instead of typing notes manually, we'll use a drop-down list. Select the Work Status row, then go to Data, Data Validation, List. Enter the options: working, day off, sick, holiday. Now you can quickly fill in each employee's schedule using the drop-down. Next, we'll apply conditional formatting. Select all, code the schedule automatically. To make the schedule easier to read, we'll use conditional formatting and highlight cells rules and text that contains. Excel detects working first, which is fine. For the format, we'll choose Custom Format and change the fill color to a shade of light green. Click OK, and OK again. Now we'll repeat the same steps for the other day types. For day off, we'll use another custom format and set the fill color to light red. Same step, use holiday and sick. We'll pause while we finish the rest. As you can see, the schedule is now much easier to scan at a glance. Then enter the start time and end time. Then copy and paste it for James and Daniel here. Next, we'll calculate end times automatically. You only need to enter the start time. For example, Michael starts at 9 a.m., works 8 hours, and has a 1-hour lunch break. Equal if open parenthesis. Select working where the cell value equals working. If true, return time, open parenthesis. 9, 0, 0, close parenthesis, which means 9 a.m. This formula checks if the cell shows working. If yes, Excel automatically sets the start time to 9 a.m. Next, for end time, we can use a formula that starts time plus type time, then adds the 8 working hours shown here. We'll press F4 plus 1 hour for lunch. There are no minutes or seconds to add, so once we close the parenthesis, Excel returns a end time of 6 p.m. for Michael. Prevent incorrect results on sick. We wrap the formula bar and type if. Adding a space, we have 2 conditions, so we'll use the AND function. The first condition is working day, equal working. The second condition, click start time in this cell. Is it not empty? Is it not blank and comma? Last type comma, not empty, close bracket. If both conditions are true, Excel will calculate the end time. Otherwise, it will return a blank value. Next, copy Michael's start time formula and paste it for James. Then, enter the start time and update only the working hours. Do the same for the end time. Just change the working hours, and it will update automatically. Finally, repeat the same steps for Daniel. Then add dynamic borders and clean layout. We'll start by selecting Michael's rows, then scroll across to the end of the month and down to row 14. This gives us space to add more employees later if needed. Next, go to Conditional Formatting and choose New Rule. Here, we'll select Use a formula to determine which cells to format. The formula simply checks whether this cell standard hours and remove the $1 symbol equals the end time. We'll apply a bottom border using this green color. So whenever Excel sees the word end time, it automatically adds a bottom border. Click OK, again OK. Go to the View tab and turn off grid lines. It gives the schedule a much cleaner look. Next, the schedule title updates automatically using a formula. Equal work schedule. Ampersand. Now use the text function. Start date, type 4x closing parenthesis. Press Enter. And there's our dynamic header. Let's make it a little bigger. Set the font size to 20. We'll also add a fill color to make it look more like a heading and center it in the row. Let's make bold and left aligned. We're ready to create these headline figures. Let's start by making this row a little wider. We'll format these cells using the same light green color as the working days. This section represents days worked. So we'll center the text vertically, wrap the text, and make it bold. Next, we'll use the COUNTIF function to count how many cells in the schedule contain the word working. The range allows room for additional employees. And the criteria is working. Close the formula, and we get a total of 60. Increase the font size, and make it bold. Let's center that value. As a finishing touch, press Ctrl+1 to open the Format Cells dialog box. We'll add a thick left border in dark green. Now let's add an icon to visually represent this metric. Go to the Insert tab, choose Icons, and search for something that represents work. We'll choose a work-related icon and click Insert. The icon is a bit large, so we'll adjust its size and place it neatly next to the value. Then, using the same method, we'll apply a blue color for sick days, then type name days sick, and update the COUNTIF formula so the criteria is sick. We'll also adjust the Format Cells settings to match. Then, we'll repeat the same steps for holiday and day off, changing only the criteria and colors. Next, we'll insert a few rows above. Let's create a clustered bar. First, add clear header names: worked, sick, holiday, day off. Now click on Michael's worked cell. Type the formula equals count if select Michael's range. Working, close the parenthesis, and press Enter. You'll see the result immediately. Use the same method for the other categories. Only change the COUNTIF criteria to sick. Press Enter. You'll see the result immediately. Use the same method for holiday and day off. Then follow the same steps for James and Daniel. Next, final use recommended charts. First, select the name and worked columns. Go to the Insert tab, click Recommended Charts, choose Clustered Bar, and click OK. The chart will appear. Click on the chart, then click the plus icon on the right side. Remove the chart title and grid lines, and enable data labels. Next, remove the number axis. To change the color, go to the Home tab, click Fill Color, and choose light green. Adjust the chart width and height as needed. Right-click and choose Format Data Series, then set the gap width to 30%. Use the same method for SIC. Simply select Name, then hold Ctrl and select SIC. Choose a different color, and apply the same steps. Then repeat the same process for holiday and day off. And that's it! We've successfully built a fully dynamic Excel work schedule from scratch. You now have a dynamic calendar header that updates automatically when the month changes, employee schedules with drop-downs for working, day off, sick, and holiday, automatic color coding using conditional formatting, smart start and end time calculations that work only on working days, a clean, professional layout with dynamic borders and no grid lines, headline metrics that automatically count worked, sick, holiday, and day off days, and finally, visual charts that make attendance easy to understand at a glance. The best part is that this schedule is fully flexible. You can add more employees, change working hours, or switch months, and everything updates automatically. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials.